Boom! Welcome to day 3 of Testosterone Week here on Six Pack Shortcuts and Abs After 40. In today's video, we're going to show you the 3 best foods for. First, guys, I'd like to take a moment to break a major stereotype associated with boosting testosterone as a man. Now, when we use the phrase testosterone boosting, it gets a little bit messed up in people's minds. What they do is they picture some big buff dude injecting steroids into themselves. But are you ready for some truth? Anabolic steroids aren't the only way of boosting your testosterone level.
He's absolutely right, guys. And in my experience, I can tell you this. It's not really about the illegal hormone injections that are the most common unnatural boosting methods. In fact, the legal testosterone boosting method, which is referred to as testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT for short, is actually the most popular form of unnatural hormone enhancement.
She is right too. I'm right, she's right, we're all right, because this is great information. Listen, if you're in your late 30s, 40s, or maybe you're in your 50s like me, I'm getting old, Brooke Stacy.
You look good. You look good for 50.
Thank you, I appreciate it. You don't have to sign your life away with taking TRT injections either. Because once you choose this unnatural route, it's really hard to get your body to start producing testosterone naturally again. It can happen, but it's going to take a while. So you will need continued medical assistance if you want to stay balanced throughout. Now, I'm not saying that every man out there should avoid supervised treatment like TRT, because it clearly does help men get their test levels back up. But in order to keep them that way, men must take these injections for a long time, and if you get off, you're definitely going to be suppressing your levels, but it is possible to get them back.
Definitely an option, that's very true, but typically when a man with deficient levels qualifies for TRT, he is qualifying for this treatment because his healthcare provider has determined that his body can no longer produce the test levels he's required to as a man. Therefore, the basis of this treatment is one for long-term care, and one that you can't stop taking if you're tired of having to take these injections.
I don't know about you, but I'm a guy who is willing to explore what I can do naturally to boost my hormone health before I ever go down that road. Because once you go there, it's really hard to turn back. Plus, the natural methods aren't just theory. They've got just as much science behind them as any other treatment does. Now, working out, for example, is one of the most scientifically validated ways of boosting your testosterone levels. Things like compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench presses should be your go-to exercises for pumping up your T-scores.
Pump it up.
And don't think I'm just rattling off research, guys. I was trying to stay on the beat, but I've actually co-created one of the most popular test-boosting workout programs that I prescribe to all clients. It's called Abs After 40 Advance. And I've included a link to the description below this video for any of you guys who are interested in a T-boosting workout plan. Go ahead, feel it. Use myself. Touching one finger, she's all scared. Grab it! That thing's like a monster right there. Now, although working out is great, and I really encourage men who are serious about their hormone health to learn more, you can actually skyrocket, listen to this, you can actually skyrocket your test levels naturally without ever touching a dumbbell. In fact, all you need to do is make a quick trip to the supermarket and buy some testosterone boosting foods, just like this. All right, here we have a pile of things, 3 test boosting things. That's why they're hidden. So let's, from them, we're going to reveal them one at a time.
Right.
So these belong to the special testosterone group called cruciferous vegetables. So listen, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and green things like this contain a lot of nutrients that can promote optimal health, but also provide nutrients essential for testosterone production. Hold on to that for me, please.
They like to run off.
They do. They also contain a nutrient called indole-3 carbinol, which is the precursor to a compound called diamidinol dimethane, or listen, I just look good on TV. I can't really say. DIM, all right? DIM. DIM doesn't have an effect on testosterone secretion. Just Google it, you'll find out for yourself. But it does help modulate estrogen levels in the body. Seriously, though, we're having fun, but this is really good information, hold that too, that has been validated by research. It helps the body produce more good versus bad estrogen, which in turn allows the body to maintain levels of testosterone.
Anyway, spot on, Clark. I love that. So other cruciferous veggies that will help you rid your body of estrogen include kale, cabbage, and turnips as well.
Yep. Now, if you don't like the taste of these, which I do, this is really good raw, man, seriously. Don't worry about it. The problem is probably that you just don't know good ways of flavoring them so they actually taste good. But Brooke, Stacy, and I are going to be showing you a few ways, several ways, to make cruciferous vegetables taste great later on this week.
That's right, and we're going to show you a few smoothies with cruciferous veggies where you can barely taste them. Unlike Clark, you like to eat them raw, which hopefully you'll get to that point after we get them in your system. And delicious Portuguese kale soup recipe that makes kale irresistible, if you can believe that. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you get all of these videos where we make these delicious veggies tasty.
Guys, you would be wise to listen to this lady right here. Go ahead and subscribe. All right, let's check out the mystery man food number 2. Bam, go ahead. Vanna White, Brooke, Stacy. These are blueberries. These little powerhouses right here are amazing.
Okay, so why blueberries?
Because they taste good, for one. And it's another great food that can reduce harmful estrogen levels and in turn support your testosterone. Blueberries are great. They contain a nutrient called calcium D-glucarate, which is also naturally produced in the body. Now, calcium D-glucarate has the ability to remove excess toxins and estrogen from your body. And in addition to this, blueberries contain resveratrol. Say it with me. See, there's people, we're actually shooting a video, so they helped me say resveratrol. Thank you guys off the set right there. Let's just keep this rolling. Resveratrol. Everyone say it with me. Resveratrol. Which is an anti-aromatase and estrogen-lowering food.
I love it. All right, now for the final T-boosting mystery food.
It is grass-fed beef. Beef.
What's for dinner?
Listen, there is just no way around the fact that grass-fed beef is the #1 source of testosterone-boosting protein. It's high-quality protein, non-pork fed, has an awesome amino acid balance, and even has fat that is saturated, which is the kind of fat linked to the biggest increases in testosterone production.
Not to mention that grass-fed and organically grown animals are not exposed to testosterone-lowering pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, or insecticides. Ooh, I got it. They're also not pumped full of estrogen like conventional cattle often is. Now, a lot of men have beef with eating red meat because of the cardiovascular risk associated with saturated fats. Can you touch on that?
Just want to recap on what I mentioned in your second video of this test over takeover this week. There have been no links connecting saturated fat and cardiovascular disease. Done and with that. Now, you can look this information up for yourself in the BMF, the British Medical Journal. Researchers pulled a collection of studies to determine if the intake of saturated fats was in any way linked to cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, or mortality in general. Their conclusion? Saturated fats were not found to be associated with mortality, ischemic cardiovascular disease, or type 2 diabetes. At all. So this information is in the news. I encourage you guys to take a look, want to look at it for yourself. Listen, I posted the link to the full research review article in the description below this video.
That's definitely true, Clark, and I agree. Grass-fed beef is one of the best protein sources for men out there, but some guys may think that they can't afford the grass-fed beef. So what would you say to those guys?
I would say, first of all, they can't afford to have low testosterone, no energy, and feel like crap all the damn time. But first of all, grass-fed beef is not that expensive, and it tastes great as well. Listen to me, man. It's far better than standard ground beef. Second, if you incorporate more cheap protein sources like eggs and beans into your diet, you could afford the grass-fed beef without spending any extra money on your food. And finally, if you find a good deal on grass-fed beef, just buy a whole bunch of it and stick it in the freezer. I still recommend guys eat some beef if they can't afford grass-fed anyway, okay? But the bottom line is that grass-fed beef is far healthier and far better for your what?
Testosterone.
There you go. And it's not that hard to afford if you eat ground meat and buy in bulk when you find a really good deal on it. So just stock up.
You guys are probably looking at these vegetables, beef, blueberries, and thinking, man, do I really have to eat this boring-ass healthy food?
What is boring about this? Seriously, blueberries, man? Come on, this stuff is good. My answer is no. Because like I was telling you guys earlier, when I made the change and adapted it to my life and my hormone supporting plan, I experimented over and over with simple ways to enhance the flavor of experiencing less bland stuff and more T-boosting effects. And that's because I firmly believe that food should be enjoyed. No doubt, man. I don't want you to eat a boring diet. If your diet leaves you feeling unsatisfied and miserable, then I got news for you. You're following the wrong diet. Now, if you want to start eating foods that will not just boost your testosterone, but also taste incredible, then you have got to get signed up with my Test Max nutrition system that is coming this Monday. But in the meantime, if you want to get a head start with one of the best tasting beef recipes ever to support your hormone health, then you need to head over to testmaxrecipes.com. Say that for me once.
Testmaxrecipes.com.
Right now, and get your hands on the recipe for my Man Maker Roadhouse chili, slow cooker chili that is. This chili recipe uses grass-fed beef along with a few other key test-boosting elements that will give your body the raw materials that it needs from food in order to create more of your master male hormone. So, go with us to testmaxrecipes.com right now to get that recipe and how to make it, along with a grocery list so that you can be set to make a big batch and enjoy it all week long.
Now don't forget, once Monday rolls around, you guys are going to have over 35 different hormone-enhancing recipes to dig into because the Test Max nutrition system will be officially available.
Did y'all hear that?
Available.
Did you all hear that?
Available.
You guys won't want to miss out on being one of my first 100 VIPs to join my Test Max Nutrition System community because I'm going to be loading you guys up with even tastier ways to support your vital male hormones. Now, I'm even going to show you ways to make foods like these cruciferous vegetables taste amazing. Plus, I won't be just giving you a recipe. I'll be demonstrating, actually, we'll be demonstrating exactly how to prepare and cook your test-boosting foods in a demonstration video that we've included within the membership program. Look, guys, trust me. Please, just trust me. Once you get started, you won't believe how easy it is to really get the body, the health, and the energy that you once had back in your 20s or younger. So do yourself a big favor right now. Go to testmaxrecipes.com and make yourself a big bowl of my Man Maker Roadhouse chili.
And don't forget to stay tuned in for tomorrow's video where we will be covering 3 of the sneakiest things that actually lower your testosterone. And we will see you.